became contagious, and nobody was stopping him.
And the dunk by Iverson.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
6 to shoot. Here's Jackson. The Pistons rebound. And he wills that play in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Here's Iverson, and it's New Orleans scoring again.
My goodness, what a move there to lose the defender. Got him on his heels, and then he made it look easy from there on in.
Pass to Pope. Back to Jackson. And Davis sends it back. That's good. Pelicans leading by 5. Davis sets a screen. And they double up Iverson. That's good from Davis on the assist.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
You're right on target there, Greg. Of the last 10 points they've allowed, 8 have come from in close.
Shot by Caldwell Pope, no good.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you should miss.
Offensive rebound. Tries again. Iverson against Johnson. Passes it to Caldwell Pope. Lets the 3 fly. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans.
Good little 2-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Outside, Davis. Evans kicks to Iverson. Second chance shot, and it's good on the way in.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
Doubled by Iverson. Outside for Jackson. Detroit, no good that time either.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Iverson with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. And he drills it. Beautiful release there from Iverson. Iverson's got 14 points.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
They can't guard us on the perimeter.
Doris Burke
Spacing.
Guys, over that last break, I listened in on Alvin Gentry's huddle. He went over the offensive plan and that it hinges on running through Shorty. Coach putting the pressure squarely on his shoulders by asking him to be the key man in the offense. It's not something they ask of him every game, but when they do, he can usually handle it. We'll be watching how these adjustments work. Kev, there's still a lot of time left in this game.
All right, Doris, thanks. Here's Caldwell Pope. They can't stop one.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
How about the start? they've gotten off to here. Huge lead, and we're still in the first quarter.
And, guys, it hasn't just been the scoring. I mean, they're playing tremendous defense, too.
That drops.
I really hope he doesn't try that move again. It worked the one time, but he's not the guy to be working across it.
Leaps for it. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. And now let's bring you the list of the top three-point shooting teams over the course of the past 10 games.
The great spacing. That has led to wide-open long-range shots, and that's why we see the great numbers from the three.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. Boy, that was a nice job. Talk about complete control. Everything working in this one for Iverson. He already has 16 points. A couple of nice steals, too. Early on, already making a huge difference for him.
And you know what, guys? The start he's had really allows his teammates to kind of just ease into the flow of the game. Now you don't have to press.
And both free throws good for Iverson. Pistons trail by 12. Here's Caldwell Pope. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Jackson has the open look. Jackson missing again.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
A baseline J, and it's Iverson missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. It's almost as if there's a lid on the hoop for him right now. He still hasn't gotten one to fall in the quarter. And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
Morris is checked in for Pope. And here's Morris for three. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. Morris has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Iverson, and it's New Orleans scoring again.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
There's the feed to Morris. Iverson grabs the board. New Orleans leading by 13.
Move the ball and stick it too much.
Lets it go from deep. Here's Anderson. Right through the D for the layup.
No doubt they've come into this game with a really aggressive approach, just pounding the ball inside.
It certainly is working. They're finding the open lanes to the hoop and owning this game early.
And stolen by Iverson. By himself. Finishes the break with a slam.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage.
And, you know, a chance here to see where the Pelicans sit in the NBA statistically. First in lowest turnovers a game. Second in field goal percentage. And they're number 2 in team three-point field goal percentage. They've got a lot of guys who love the three-point shot. And they do a good job of running plays to get those guys open.
And, you know, going back to their turnovers, fewest in our league, that shows you the intelligence they play with. You have to beat them. They are not going to do it for you.
For the three, that one finds the mark. It's the 10th time he's done that tonight on 14 shots.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Jackson drives in. Jackson missing again.
They've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass today.
Yeah, and it's already got them a +5 margin in the rebound column.
Inside, here's Anderson. No good. And Detroit the other way now. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
And you don't have to go too deep into the box score to figure out why they lost that one. They just had an inability on that day to make shots.
You know, sometimes we talk about a defense getting into the heads of the opposing players, Greg, but that night they got up in their own head, just got in their own way and couldn't get out of it. They're allowing a sky-high field goal percentage. That won't get it.
Not at all, Clark. You rarely see a team surrender points this easily. They have got to do better.
Iverson with the ball, guarded now by Jackson. Davis with a screen on Jackson. Evans left side, fires for three, but they'll get another chance. Now here's Iverson. Last time out he had 44 points. Evans attacking. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring. Points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep getting the ball in the paint like this.
Johnson kicks to Roberson. Morris a screen. Johnson dishes to Robertson. 6 on the shot clock. And the 3 off target. New Orleans leading by 20. Here's Holiday. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Holiday's got his first basket of the night. 1:19 left in the first quarter. Jackson passes to Roberson. Up top, Morris. Defended by Anderson. Jackson. No good, unable to end this run.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass. Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Here's Roberson. And again, it's the Pistons missing. New Orleans has gone 4 of 8 on their 3-point attempts, doing a lot of work from way outside. Here in the first quarter. And Iverson gets it to go.
And really, that's what built the early lead here. Killer shooting from beyond.
And the defense needs to recognize that and get to the shooters. It's imperative that they get a hand up.
Shot off the screen. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg. And when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Pelicans shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. First one falls for. And both free throws good for Iverson. 8 seconds left here in the first quarter. Jackson kicks to Bargnani. Out left to the wing, and it's out of bounds to the Pelicans.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Got it! He got it!
Just in time.
What a shot!
3 points at the buzzer.
Definitely an answer.
And we heard from John Henson before the game, a player on the rise. He feels he still has a lot to prove.
Defensively, offensively.
Well, it sounds like he still feels like he has something to prove, Greg, but Seems to me he's already known for being that kind of guy.
It's a great point. Anybody who plays against him knows he looks plenty strong when you're banging with him. But if he needs to push and motivate himself by playing with a chip on his shoulder, well, a lot of guys have gone a long, long way in this league using that method.
Stick it too much.
And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for New Orleans.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is working hard on the offensive glass. They've had a number of putbacks.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And Detroit looking at who they've got. Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Andre Drummond is out there with Bargnani. And it's Morris in at small forward. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Rockets got the job done. He ended up with 44 points, and he got there with his usual way. Just an impressive barrage of threes. Absolutely amazing numbers from him in what was truly a memorable performance for him and for us, Kevin.
All right, thanks so much, Doris. What a great report, and what a jaw-dropping performance that was, guys.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I mean, he's given himself a hard act to follow here tonight.
You know what? But as good as he was, it's hard to think there won't be at least some sort of carryover effect, guys. I mean, he still has to be riding pretty high.
Pope, he's checked in for Detroit. And the Pelicans also making a change. Zeller's checked in. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Their rebounding has been off the charts today, guys. Reason number one, this game is out of hand.
Exactly, Clark. Their lead is not surprising given their advantage on the backcourt.
Morris with the ball, and Zeller picks him up defensively. The pass to Pope. Here's Caldwell Pope looking for his first basket showing this one.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Iverson against Jackson. Iverson gets the bucket.
He has really punished these defenders today. No matter who's been on him, he's been giving them medicine.
Jackson against Iverson. Outside for Jackson. Jackson missing again.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Got that one up quick. Iverson's got 44.
This guy's putting on a clinic, sharp and crisp. He's really the centerpiece of their offense.
Got a piece of it. And pushing it up. Here's New Orleans. Again, the Pelicans score.
How about the quick hands on the steal and the quick feet on the break?
Yeah, careless, silly mistake there, though. I mean, coughing the ball up and then not being quick enough to get back on defense, that's costly.
And the wide-open shot for Morris. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
You know, I think when you've got somebody that open on the perimeter, a good shooter, the kick-out's the only choice.
Move the ball.
The drive by Iverson. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Greg, the play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
And stolen by Iverson. The pull-up. Bounces high off the rim. And drops. Iverson's got 50 points.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
They set the pick. Jackson against Iverson. Morris, left side. Again, the Pistons good for two.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Jackson against Iverson. He feeds it to Zeller. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And again for 3. The basket is good from Iverson. Iverson's got 53.
I wasn't sure if he'd be able to keep it up, but he has. Wow.
They set the pick. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
Shooting free throws. And Caldwell Pope drops them both. New Orleans has gotten it going from downtown in the second quarter. They're 3 of 3 on three-pointers. Iverson outside. Lets it go from the wing. The rebound by Johnson. The Pistons have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Drummond sets the screen for Johnson. From 15 feet away, kept alive. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That one on Davis. Pistons have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. He misses the free throw. And the second free throw, good.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the strike, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
Iverson outside.
Move the ball. Stick it too much.
There's the dish to Zeller. New Orleans moving the ball around. Goes up at the stripe. Iverson no good. Detroit's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Johnson kicks to Drummond. Feeds to Caldwell Pope. Dishes it to Drummond. Fires top of the key. And it's blocked. Now Iverson. Non-stop scoring machine here. From deep three-point range. Can't get it to go. And Detroit the other way now. Their last meeting was in New Orleans, where they were unable to fight off the Pelicans.
Yeah, not a very inspired performance.
Look at that jam. I mean, just beautiful.
He went to the windmill dunk to turn this place on its ear. I love it.
Yeah, this crowd is stunned.
That's as electric a finish as you're going to see.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Expanding his range. First shot, first basket. He's on the blocks there. New Orleans has gone 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the second quarter. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Iverson's got 58.
To be honest, I'm speechless, and that doesn't happen very often. This may be the best shooting performance I've ever seen.
And Drummond kicks to Johnson. Back to Drummond. Left block shot on the way.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be. Firmly in control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat, folks. They've been more determined than their opponent thus far.
He kicks to Johnson. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got his 4th rebound in this one. On the wing, Iverson. From down in the low post, it goes. Iverson's got 60.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Pope kicks to Drummond. Puts up the baby hook. And a little buck that time, but it drops. Drummond's got 5 points in the quarter. And here is Iverson.
Move the ball.
On the wing, Davis.
Stick it too much.
Iverson outside. 5 to shoot. Fires the 3. That's good.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Detroit's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Over to the wing. Here's Caldwell Pope, and Davis sends it back.
Trailing here in the game, you can look at his performance as a direct indicator of why they're losing.
Iverson with the ball, and it's Johnson picking him up.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
Yeah, that's a good observation on your part, Greg. Fewer free throw attempts for them this quarter. And the danger is they can't afford to get too comfortable out there because they've got the lead. Otherwise, it might start to get away from them.
The drive by Iverson. On the wing, Johnson. There's a screen. Caldwell Pope. Detroit, no good that time either. Well, for New Orleans, shooting has been just uncontainable. 72%. Cole dishes to Iverson. Kicks to Cole. Back to Iverson. Clock at 6. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And it's clear that's a change for the better from what he was able to do at the free throw line a year ago, guys.
And the first one at the line is good.
Boy, I really like the way he came out in the first quarter. Very aggressive, really focused and intense, and generated some nice opportunities.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Henson's checked in for Andre Drummond. Bargnani comes in for Pope. And it's Roberson in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. He makes 1 of 2 that time. The Pistons shooting 35% so far in the second. They need to move the ball around more and find better looks. Johnson goes in from past the arc. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
And he gets the bucket.
What a move, guys. I mean, he's absolutely embarrassing them out there right now.
Well, that's an ankle breaker, Greg. You know that. And then he calmly knocked it down. Sweet.
Pass to Roberson. The Pistons working the ball around now. He dishes it to Henson. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Johnson can't hit. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Here's Evans. That's good. Great play set up by Iverson. Iverson's got 3 assists in the game. Haston. Iverson covering. Pass to Bargnani. On the money from 12 feet away. Bargnani's got his first points in this one. Iverson. No good. And so a pretty lopsided.
Kevin, we just witnessed what was an amazing offensive display from this guy in the first half. Where did that scoring explosion come from?
I don't really know. To be honest, I was just looking for chances to get my shot off, and I just happened to find them over and over in that first half. So, I don't know. I'm sure they'll make some adjustments, but until then, I'm just going to keep attacking.
Well, thank you for your time, Kevin. We'll see what the rest of the league has to say about that.
Guys, that was the perfect way to start this game. Let's go over some stuff and do more of the same in the second half. The spacing we've been able to achieve with the outside threat tonight has been fantastic. We don't have to rely entirely on the three, but when you've got it, take it. Something I did like? Well, a bunch of times we forced a turnover.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, you just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough one.
So for New Orleans right now, Evans and Davis, the forward tandem. Then it's Zeller. Then it's Iverson. Johnson, the pass to Drummond. The 11-footer. Bank shot. No good.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
Iverson kicks to Evans. Iverson outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Iverson's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Pelicans. Knocked away and stolen by Iverson. Here's Davis. That's good. Great play set up by Iverson. Iverson's got his fourth assist with that last one here tonight. That's tipped. And New Orleans pushing it up now. And Jackson with the block. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. And shot by Caldwell Pope, no good.
3 straight misses here to start the second half.
Iverson with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. Iverson against Jackson. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Iverson's got 5 points now in the quarter. The Pistons have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Jackson kicks to Caldwell Pope. Back to Jackson, and it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. And you talk about huge single-game scoring performances like we're watching here tonight. Going back, only one player, think of this, only one player in NBA history to go triple digits. And that's the big difference. Wilt Chamberlain on March 2nd, 1962.
Truly an iconic record. I mean, 100 points. I mean, it's hard to wrap your mind around, but Wilt was a man among boys, a player who changed the way an entire sport was played. Truly a revolutionary.
And he's good on the three ball. Jackson's got 11.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Man, showing some terrific range. Iverson's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Pelicans. The Pistons have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Doubled by Iverson. Drummond dishes to Jackson. Back to Drummond. Johnson, a wide open look. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
Well, that's a lot of bricks by them early in the second. Only 1 make on 5 tries so far in the second half.
Iverson, no good.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks.
Jackson drives in, takes the 12-footer and hits. Jackson's got 5 points in the quarter.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
Move the ball. Stick it too much.
From deep, Iverson. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Drummond sets the screen for Johnson. Outside Jackson. That's in, coming off the assist from Jackson. 16 points for Reggie Jackson.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. Those 3-point bombs will erase the deficit quickly if they can keep it up.
This is why I love his game. You really have to admire his tenacity.
Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Jackson's got 18 points.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
Iverson against Jackson. Iverson, no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. And even 3-on-3 break from the arc. And again, the three-point shot from Iverson.
And what's gotten into him today? This is getting ridiculous.
And the foul called on three. Big group substitution here for New Orleans. Detroit's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. Henson with the screen. Detroit, no good that time either.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. I mean, they are...
Ladies and gentlemen, your Detroit Pistons.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. They've got Roberson, John Henson out there with Andre Drummond. Then it's Johnson. That's the group for Detroit right now. And the wide-open shot from Evans gets the three-pointer to fall. Evans has got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for New Orleans. Johnson outside. Passes to Roberson. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Drummond. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Evans passes to Iverson. Asik with a screen on Johnson. Iverson outside. Can't connect from long distance.
And sometimes he can hit that deep three, but it's not a high percentage shot for him.
Yeah, even for him, that's out of his range.
Johnson the screen. And Roberson kicks to Henson. Here's Haston. Lays it up and banks it in.
That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
More active and more physical down low. That's what's really been the difference thus far.
So for the Pistons, Ryan Hollins is checked in for Drummond. Hansbrough comes in for Henson. And it's Jackson in for Johnson. They get a hand on it. Jackson dishes to Roberson. Back to Jackson. Lots of room. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Iverson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. But 3, and he gets it to go.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Most teams get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open looks at the three-point shot. But it seems like they have just not figured it out.
Rebounded by Jackson. Here's the break. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
The shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Here's Iverson. Makes good on the step-back jumper.
Just carrying the load right now offensively, guys. He is not wasting any chances.
From where I sit, Greg, it's a simple deduction. If they want things to be easy on themselves here late, make sure he has the ball.
It's Jackson with the drive. Here's Hollins. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. But instead, he'll shoot free throws. All right, well, look at how the hustle game. For New Orleans, Anthony Davis comes in for Omer Asik. And Iverson's subbed in for Drew Holiday. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Iverson. Fires from deep, and that is good. Iverson's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Pelicans.
Dropping bombs. How many more threes are we going to see from him tonight?
Well, we've already seen plenty. I mean, he's got more points from outside the arc than inside of it so far.
Back to Jackson. Drummond the screen. Just 5 on the clock. Puts up the baby hook. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got his 5th assist in this one. From deep, Iverson. The shot misses. The Pistons have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. Jackson misses.
I'll tell you what, folks. I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Get the ball inside.
Beyond the arc. Rebounded by the Pistons. Johnson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And Davis pulls it down. Iverson against Johnson. They get it again. They shoot again, and he sinks the layup. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. And stolen by Iverson. They're running. Puts up a 3. No good. The Pistons go the other way with it. Jackson kicks to Drummond. Johnson left side. And there's the feed to Morris. 5 on the clock. Jackson. And the 3 ball is good. Jackson's got 5 points in the quarter.
Now this is more like it. 9 points for him from 3-point range this half. That's 9 more than he had in the first.
On the wing, Iverson. He's guarded by Johnson. For 3, Iverson gets the bucket.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take him long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
Jackson passes to Johnson. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play. The Pelicans making a switch here. Holiday's checked in.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first. I think they're trying to go for the kill here. I mean, they're starting to take a lot more 3-point shots than they had been before, looking to run away.
And as long as you keep getting quality looks, the coaches should have no complaints. Play with confidence.
New Orleans dictating the flow.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
From deep, Iverson. Here's Davis, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
For that offensive rebound.
Season turnovers have cost him, but Clark. And so it'll boost.